He has a beard, he pays bills, he hits the gym, but he's still a boy in grown man clothing, a boy mimicking strength because no one ever taught him how to build it. And the worst part, he doesn't even know. See, we live in a world where men are told to express more, but be less. Told to be soft, but never sharp. Told emotions are everything, while discipline is toxic. That's how boys are trained to stay boys. You think you're maturing because you're aging, but maturity isn't measured in years. It's forged in fire. Men were meant to be tested, to be broken and rebuilt by challenge, solitude, rejection, and risk. But today, comfort is the drug, and safety is the prison. Most men weren't initiated. They were coddled, distracted, told to follow. And now they wonder why they feel numb, why women don't respect them, why nothing hits deep. Because without trials, there is no transformation. Without danger, there is no identity. A man without fire is just a boy with muscles. Let's get something clear. Growth is not achievement. You can get a job, get married, get fit, and still be a psychological 14-year-old with abs. Because real maturity isn't about what you collect. It's about what you confront. And most men are still avoiding the real fight, facing their own cowardice, saying no to comfort, walking alone without validation. You know what keeps you a boy? Needing approval. Every DM you send hoping she replies. Every time you tweak yourself to be liked. Every time you swallow your truth to keep the peace. That's the little boy who wants his mother's smile, still running the show. Masculinity doesn't bloom until the boy dies, and most men haven't buried him yet, because they're still afraid to feel pain without rescuing themselves. Initiation isn't a ritual, it's a death, and it's supposed to hurt, because in that hurt, you finally hear the voice that says, I don't need her. I don't need them. I answer to something higher. Until then, you're still orbiting someone else's approval, still a boy, in a man's echo. Every man was meant to become a father, even if he never has kids. Because the father archetype isn't biological. It's foundational. It's the builder, the anchor, the standard. The father isn't emotional chaos. He's strategic clarity. He doesn't yell, he commands. He doesn't beg, he decides. But you don't become this man through therapy alone. You become him through discipline and direction. That's the problem. We told men to feel everything like women, but never taught them how to forge it into weight. And now we have oceans of soft men drowning in feelings with no compass. Emotion isn't the enemy, but raw emotion with no aim? That's not masculinity. That's a meltdown. Men aren't meant to feel like women, they're meant to forge like warriors. And if no one told you this growing up, let this be your wake-up call. You are the father you've been waiting for. You are the force meant to discipline your chaos. You are the architect of the man you weren't raised to be. Here's the battle cry. Stop being a fire that consumes. Start being a fire that transforms. There are too many men with heat and no shape. They burn, they rage, they destroy, because no one taught them how to wield it. But a man with shape, a man who's been through the valley and didn't fold, he burns clean, he burns steady. He doesn't chase women, he attracts the rare ones who respect the flame. He doesn't beg for legacy, he becomes it. So what's the line? How do you cross from boy to man? You stop reacting. You start reigning. You stop waiting for someone to save you. You become your own initiation. Because kings aren't crowned anymore. They're forged in silence, in pain, in discipline. You want your woman to submit? Submit to your higher self first. You want your peers to respect you? Respect your own time like it's sacred. You want to feel powerful? Start saying no to comfort, porn, distraction, and fake validation. The boy wants to be liked. The man builds legacy. You're not too late. You're not too broken. But the boy has to die. Let this be the funeral. And let your new life begin with silence, with aim, with fire. Because the world doesn't need more men. It needs more finished ones. Now go build him. And don't look back.